The Relevancy of Romeo and Juliet by Carol Hobart and Tiffany Oliver. Why read a story when you know how it ends? Everyone knows that Romeo and Juliet fall in love and can't make it work because of a family conflict. And everyone knows that these star-crossed lovers tragically take their own lives when a series of mishaps fate them to be apart. So what's the point? Since the ending of Romeo and Juliet is not in question, reading the play is not merely about getting to the final scene. The familiar plot is not the issue, rather the point is to understand the culmination of events, climactic moments, extenuating circumstances, and the character motivations that lead to the inevitable tragedy. It's the journey that counts, not just the destination. Romeo and Juliet is not just a love story. It is about honor, duty, loyalty, politics, family, and passion. It is about the pressure of remaining true to one's heart when logic dictates a more reasonable course of action. It is about needing help, taking responsibility, and honoring commitments. Life's greatest challenges are not the sole propriety of a single time or generation. The issues that pervade Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet are timeless. And for this reason, they remain relevant for modern readers. What immediately comes to mind about Romeo and Juliet? Shakespeare wrote it. It's a love story. The main characters are very young. There is a family feud. It ends tragically. The language is hard to understand. This is just the beginning. Many questions arise from these points. How did Shakespeare think of this story? Romeo and Juliet are indeed young, but are they too young to be married in the context of their time or Shakespeare's? What is the cause of the family feud, and why is it so important to Romeo and Juliet? The play is a tragedy, but can any one person be blamed for it? Would Shakespeare's viewing audience have a different perception of where the fault lies than a modern audience does? How would Elizabethans have understood the play's language? All of the characters do not speak the same way, so what do these differences tell the audience about the characters' roles? Who is Romeo Montague, and why does he fall in love so quickly? Certainly he is a passionate young man. Is he too headstrong in his passion? Does he help to bring about his own tragic fate? Why is Juliet Capulet so worried about the feud between the families? Does she have a bad relationship with her parents? Does her love for Romeo cloud her good sense? How does a fun-loving guy such as Romeo's friend Mercutio get involved in this tragic mess? What purpose does he serve in the play, and how should the audience resolve the injustice of his untimely death? Has Prince Aeschylus acted fairly in the sentences he passes? Did he handle the Montague-Capulet feud justly, or might he have taken another action that would have altered the play's course? What is the role of a ruler during these times? Who are Prior Lawrence and the nurse? They is the matter with the four in this play? What are the obligations of the Capulets and Montagues? Are they uncaring ogres, or are they doing the best they can for their children? Are the deaths of Romeo and Juliet their fault, or have they fulfilled their responsibilities to their children? And have Romeo and Juliet neglected the filial duty they owe their parents? Are their whims and flights of passion more important than the bonds between a parent and child, and the respect owed a family? These are not just academic questions, they are grave issues. The world Shakespeare creates in Romeo and Juliet is not merely a static scene or an imaginary setting where a few hours of entertainment take place. It is like real life. It is complicated, frustrating, and a joy to experience. Step into Verona and feel the passion that bubbles over when desire collides with duty, passion intersects with politics, and love transgresses the law.